The Vegas Golden Knights, embracing the V in VGK, have gone all in on Mitch Marner and this team to win a Stanley Cup very soon, or at least they're hoping so. So let's look at this lineup that they've got currently formulated that they can play with and see, can VGK stand up to the rest of the league and stand at the top of the mountain and lift the cup up once again in their franchise history? Let's talk about it. So welcome back to the O Hockey Show, and today we're talking about the Vegas Golden Knights and if I think this team can win a Stanley Cup. Let's talk about it. So first up, we need to address the whole situation of this team. Let's talk about God. Goaltending, offense, defense. GOD. Is it good enough to win the cup? Offense. Where they decided that they needed to get up the big man, Mitch Marner, the man that no shows in the playoffs. They thought he was the solution. He's the man we need to get on this team to go forward and win cup and get some big wins, right? And that's who they went in on, right? And did it fix this problem with this team? I think it definitely helps the team for sure. Ivan Barbashev is a great power forward. Jack Eichel is in a UFA year. This dude put up 94 points last season, looked good in the playoffs, and now this year he's a free agent. Jack Eichel is going to go beast mode and get at least 100 points this year. You can bet on that one. Then on his wing now, instead of a guy like Mark Stone or whoever ended up being last there, I can't really remember, you've got Mitch Marner. 102 points last year with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the dude looks like he's so excited to be able to put on a different jersey than blue and white and looks like he wants to go rule the world. And I think he's going to bring it. He's going to come out hot, and everything is going to be a perfect culmination for at least these two guys to get big numbers on the board because they're going to be so enthusiastic to get big points on the board, big power play games. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see these two work together and get big points in a big year for them too. Then the rest of the lineup. Pavel Dorofeyev, who's also becoming a UFA this year. He has got 35 goals last year, and he looked good in the playoffs in my opinion. And to me, he's another guy that I think he's going to be going for the bag as well. He got 50 points last year, 35 goals, and some handful of assists. UFA, big year for him as well. And he's next to, I would say, against Carlson or Hurdle. I don't really know who ends up being the number one guy, but Carlson has injuries. Hurdle can step into that role. Regardless, he's got a 60-point centerman to feed him passes, and Mark Stone's on the other side, who was more than a point per game last year. So big Mark Stone, the captain, really leading by example. And, then from there, you get to Howden and Smith, you get Kolasar, Saad, and Sissons. This team's offense is it is a perfect offense for the playoffs. You have hard hitters, guys that play hard, and they just do everything right to get that winning mentality. They play dirty, they get in the middle of the ice, they take good shots, they know how to play together, they have such a well-structured team thanks to their coach. I love it. I love the offense of this team. This is, to me, when the playoffs start, this is easily a top 3 play offense. And you can debate, there's like 1-2 superstars. It seems like McKinnon got blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. As an overall formulated team, you even get to the third line. You get to the fourth line. You have guys that play hard. They hit hard. They win puck battles. They get along the boards. All the words that you throw out there, all the vocabulary you hear analysts throw out there. They do all of it correct, and I love it. To me, Vegas' offense, Marner just pads it up so much better, and I think it's a good fit. And I know he's a no-show in the playoffs in Toronto, but I think that whole team was a no-show in Toronto. I don't blame Mitch Marner for all that. And I think he's going to be very excited to play this year. And also, because it's not the core four anymore, and the whole team isn't just on the weight, all the weight on the world is on one line. Because I know it's the core four or whatever, but it really was Matthews, Marner, Nylander, right? Or whatever kind of the current layout of that. Matthews, Nyes, and Marner. Yeah, it was all on them, right? They were the team thrown out there all the time. Vegas, they've got a team. They've got 4 lines they can put out there. They got at least 2 lines they can put out there. They got 3 lines with Tomas Hertl wanting minutes too. So to me, offense, fantastic. It's everything below the offense that scares me. Defensively, because of the now absence of Alex Pietrangelo, and who knows if that's actually a legit injury or he's actually just their Vegas is just back to their good old days of figuring out ways to cheat the loophole one last time, because it's, of course, going away this year. I wonder what's going to happen with that. I wonder if Alex Petrano's actually hurt, or if he will never play again, or if it's all just a scheme for him to come back by, June 1st or whatever the hell. I don't know. It's I don't really know. I'm guessing he's actually injured forever. So they got a giant hole to fill with a number one right-handed defenseman. And he's the guy that the defense is built around, right? Because right now, Hannafin and Shea Theodore, two guys that I kind of put in similar tiers of like, you are a good second to the number one. Theodore is he's a power play machine, great offensively. He doesn't do bad defensively, but he's not known for his big shutdown plays. He's not some guy that's rushing back and getting all the best plays in the world defensively. Not saying he's any Evan Bouchard, but he is that kind of lower tier of like, there's like the superstars, like Hall of Famers. You have the elite, which I would say like is where Pietrangelo is, and then you have your whatever that next level is, all-star, good secondary to all those guys, right? And to me, a Stanley Cup winning team like the Florida Panthers, I don't know if they truly had that number one like superstar defenseman, but they had so many good defensemen. Forsling, Seth Jones, Kulikov is even, I would say, is phenomenal. Aaron Ekblad. They have so many guys that are just so serviceable and just step up, and so many. And Schmidt, they find the right players, and to me, it's similar to how I see Vegas's team: Hannafin, Theodore, Whitecloud, McNabb, Korczak, and Lauzon. Like, there's a lot of players that play, like especially these bottom two pair. They're very hard hitting. They shut defense first, block tons of shots, good defense, probably good on the penalty, not probably, good on the penalty kill, good along the boards, smart hockey, nothing too flashy, nothing too showy, and that's okay. But to me, they're missing that overpowered edge, which Pietrangelo adds to that lineup. Because then you have Pietrangelo, Hannafin, Theodore, McNabb, Whitecloud, Korczak, or Lauzon. I don't know. It just, to me, with Pietrangelo, he perfectly makes the team perfect. And to me, without him is a big hole. But what's even a bigger hole is the goaltending situation back here. Adin Hill. Not a big fan of his anymore. I know he was like a huge reason that they won their Stanley Cup a couple years ago. But to me, Adin Hill is not that goaltender anymore. He was very all over the place, very jumpy, very messy, very hard to watch sometimes when he was playing for Vegas in his last playoffs. He just is such a... I don't know how to call it, because like he's a all or nothing goalie. He makes those giant jumpy saves. He's all over the place. He's jumping, and he makes some crazy big saves that makes it on all the highlights the next day. But because of that, he's over here, and it's like, oh, the puck just bled through me, or it's over there now, and then he just shoots it in. It feels like that happens a lot, and he gives up a lot of soft goals that he doesn't need to. And he just straight up is not that goalie that he was when he won that Stanley Cup. I think he was such a shutdown machine, and he emerged at the right time. He was the hot goalie out of a lot of good goalies of Brossoit and Thompson being down, and Hill found that opening to be the hot goalie at the right time, and it worked. Adin Hill is not... I don't think he has proven to be a good number one goaltender just consistently. I think he can be the right goalie at the right time, but not always. And to me, and with Schmidt in the background too, no. To me, this is a team that could be perfectly put together and all the problems be solved by adding a good clutch goaltender that is hot during the season or just has proven himself in the past. And to me, easily, without a doubt, my number one problem solver is Jordan Binnington. He is a goalie that is huge in clutch situations. He is phenomenal at the Four Nations face-off. He looks great when he does play in the playoffs. He shows up when it matters most. And St. Louis is just... He makes St. Louis look better always. And if Vegas could have a goalie like that and solve those kinds of problems... I think they're fine. I think they totally are fine and perfect, and this is a team that can easily contend for a Stanley Cup and looks like the Florida Panthers. With like Bobrovsky isn't the best in the regular season. He just has his bad games, and it just doesn't always matter. And to me, I think once the playoffs roll around, that's when it matters to him. That's when games matter most, and that's what you're remembered for. And that's what Jordan Binnington is to me. I think he's going to be huge in the Olympics next year, and I think if he finds a team. Now, I think there's a ton of teams that should be on him. I think Edmonton is a huge one as well. And to me, Binnington finding a spot on a team like Vegas or any of these teams that need a big goalie, he is going to be a game changer and could be a Conn Smythe candidate depending on how things go. But to me, can this team win a Stanley Cup? Well, do they make the playoffs? Yes. Where they end up in the standings is pretty difficult, but to me, with now the addition of Mitch Marner and stuff, I wouldn't. Let's just say they make it first in the Pacific Division. I don't think that's crazy. So first in the Pacific Division, and then they, first in the Pacific. They land against, that wild card is crazy. Well, I think they beat whoever in the wild card. Second round, they face off probably against the Edmonton Oilers, and I'm not liking the Oilers' moves this year. I'm not liking how things are going for them right now, and they haven't really changed anything, and of course things can change, but right now, currently in the current day, I'm saying Vegas. I think Vegas is the team of destiny a little bit with Mitch Marner, and they upset them, and they take them down. Third round, they play against the Dallas Stars. They play against Colorado. Maybe the Wild. Maybe. Against any of them, we're so far away from now. But from looking at this team currently, they are just such a playoff-built team. They hit hard. They do everything right. They play a 200-foot game. They're a perfect team to be a team that upsets a team like Dallas, and it feels like Dallas is they haven't solved their problems either. I feel like it's another upset against Dallas. I feel like it could be that. It could be if it's Colorado. I think they don't have a full team yet. I think they still have their problems. I think whoever it ends up being in the Central, I think Vegas could skate down. Then the problem is who in the final? Is it Florida again? Is it Carolina? I think it's that point, I don't know. But to me, there's so many what ifs. There's so many I'm not too confident in that this team, can they win a Stanley Cup? I would give it a 40% chance they could win the Stanley Cup. I would say it's below most likely. I would say it's below likely, but it's not too far off. I think if they find those couple of those holes and they solve a couple of them, I really like it. And right now, being a year away from a Stanley Cup champion being crowned again, I would say I really like Vegas's odds, but they have some big holes that I think sinks their ship. So that's all I gotta say. So thank you for watching this. You made it this far. I'm begging you to please subscribe. And until next time, too sweet. Have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.